YouTube, it's Will Development, and this is my 224th weekly update. And as you recall, last week was a pretty long update where I talked about changing my routine and the reasons that I decided to actually change it, and what my plan was moving forward, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. A couple things. One, you'll notice my last two, so the one that just came out, which was the week of the 10th, and the one that's coming out next week, which is the week of the 17th, both of these weeks are going to be only having essentially three lifts in them. My two, the week of videos, my two videos. I am still deciding on whether or not I will be filming anything on Saturdays. It's just kind of hectic in the gym usually on Saturdays. I mean, it's hectic most days, but especially Saturdays, it's when a lot of people are there, and a lot of times it's hard to find somebody who's, willing to hold the camera for the, next minute or whatever, however long it takes, just to record, 15 seconds of footage. Regardless, get used to the idea of just seeing three lifts throughout those updates. You can always follow my Instagram, where I post them the night of them, where I, chit-chat a little bit more about them. I go into a little more detail about how each lift went, that sort of thing, if you're curious. If not, you can just continue to watch the two videos that will be coming out every Wednesday. I think I have them set to release at 1 a.m. on Wednesdays, just because it seemed like a fine time to do it. All that being said, if I decide to move forward with, 4 days worth of footage, it probably won't stay that way, again, just because of the reason I stated before. It's just a consistency issue. Sometimes it's a problem to find somebody to film. Sometimes it's a problem just to set the camera somewhere and film, i.e. my phone. People walk by, yada, yada, yada. Everybody gets it, regardless. The real question I'm sure everybody has is, how did training go this week? Training actually went really well this week. I started the new program, Monday squats. I decided to do it this way. I would do Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, and then training again on Friday. So Monday was squats, Tuesdays was press, and today being Friday was deadlift. And then the various accessories each one of those days that, complement that particular lift, which for me Monday was hack squat. Part of the reason, I know some people might be wondering how come I never film my squats. It's not because I'm embarrassed of them or anything. There's nothing wrong with them. The weights I'm using right now aren't exactly weights I'm proud of, just because I'm still coming back from the injury to my back and things are finally starting to feel better. So it's like I don't want to quite push it too far without doing it right. But my depth's good, nothing there. My form is good. It's nothing I'm embarrassed about. It's just I usually jump right in and start squatting, and my girlfriend, who normally films for me every once in a while, she always films for me. She's usually busy doing something else because we usually get in the gym around the same time, even if we don't show up together. We usually show up around the same time, and she's usually busy right out of the gate, so it's easier to just get her to film later on, which for my squats, I try to get through them as quickly as possible just because I just don't like them. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's one of those things I understand. It's like I gotta do it because it's arguably the best exercise, period. All that being said, I still just don't like doing them, so I try to get through them in a relatively fast manner, especially now that I'm doing, essentially 5 working sets, and next week it'll be 4. I'll just be getting through them quicker and quicker. Even though the rest times might go up, it's still going to be, faster than, say, taking an hour for it or something along those lines. All that being said, that's why you've probably never seen a film of my squat. That's the only reason. But in the future, probably even coming up, I may, remedy that. I may, put some footage of me squatting just so people see, yeah, I do squat. My depth is good, form is good, all that good stuff. But the actual training has been going quite well. Squats went great. I think I worked up to 275 for a very, very clean set of 5, and that's just perfectly acceptable for me. I mean, hey, I'd like to be up in the 315s doing that, but it's fine. There was no pain. Everything felt good. So I'll take it. For press, worked up to 140 by 5, which if you watch the video, it was super good range of motion, no bouncing. You could argue the first rep itself didn't start low enough because every other rep I took all the way down to my collarbone. And that's something I'm really focused on, is just making sure that range of motion is huge. That way, when it comes time to PR, not necessarily will I not start off of my collarbone, but let's put it this way. If I have 200 pounds there and the difference of me getting the lift or not is just the difference of me starting here versus here, I'm gonna start from here and make the lift. Let's put it that way, because technically, yeah, that's totally legal in terms of, the exercise. So I'm gonna get it. Let's just put it that way. And then deadlifts went pretty good. I was forced to do beltless today because I went to the cardiologist today, actually, for my yearly checkup, and he actually put a Holter monitor on me, which is essentially just an EKG that goes home with you and monitors you for 24 hours. I got to send the thing back at 10 a.m. tomorrow, take it off and package it up and get it sent out. But none of that matters. What matters is the reason why I had to use go beltless is because of where they stick the, I forget what they're called. My gut says diodes, but I know that's just dead wrong. Little stickers on me. They put it right across the stomach and across the chest, so it is what it is. Can't wear a belt over that. So had to do beltless, and I worked up to a set of 5 at 320, and I was actually pretty pleased with how they looked. 4.5 out of the 5 looked really good, really strong, so that gives me some confidence moving forward, especially since I'll be doing only 4 reps next week. Let's see if maybe I can do 335 beltless. That'd be pretty cool. I'll take that. It's just a slow build up. I'm not in the running with anybody right now for anything. I'm just trying to build myself back up for that longevity, knowing that by this time next year, these weights I'm using will be warm-up weights. And that's all I'm shooting for. And that's what you should shoot for too. If you're not shooting to make your top sets your warm-up weights next year, then what's your excuse?